right. Welcome, everyone. I'm Fargo, founder of Mindfulness Exercises. Happy to be live streaming again to YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. I want to welcome everyone. Everyone is welcome to participate in our guided meditation that we'll do together today. We're going to be offering 4 live guided meditations every week. So we'll be offering these live meditations every Friday at this time, every Sunday morning Pacific, every Monday morning Pacific, and every Tuesday at this time as well. So every Friday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Or maybe a simpler way to say that is from Sunday through Tuesday every week. And we may be offering these on Thursdays shortly as well. So looking forward to meditating together. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to put them in the comments section. I'd love to hear where some of you are in the world. I see Vicky is on LinkedIn. Good afternoon. Yeah, where are you in the world? I'm in Berkeley, California. It's a sunny day. It's a little chilly, but the sun is out. Very grateful for that. I imagine that we have people here from all over the world joining us. Samuel is in Victoria, Canada. Vicky's in Rockford, Illinois. Jay is from Hilo, Hawaii. Nayla's in Egypt. Fernanda is in Colorado. Antoinette is in London. Vasudeva is in Denver. Ace is in Germany. A lot of people on LinkedIn. Someone in Texas. I used to live in Denver, Colorado. I'm a big Denver Broncos fan. Leslie's in Los Angeles. Charisma is in Illinois. 𝐁𝐞𝐜𝐴 is in South Africa. Javier's in the Canary Islands. Wow, that's pretty exotic. Nice. Well, welcome everyone. I'd like to maybe get started with a brief guided meditation. And then we can answer any questions you have and talk about meditation and mindfulness. But this is an opportunity for us to practice together, settle our minds, and recharge. So I like to start by just taking a couple of deep breaths. Feeling the ground, the seat underneath us. Sensing into the body. Noticing the different kinds of sensations all around the body. It's okay to feel whatever we feel. Simply making space for us to simply be. Feeling the rise and fall of the belly. Maybe noticing any areas of tightness or tension. Inviting softness, carrying spaciousness. Allowing ourselves to feel whatever we feel. Not judging it to be good or bad. Just simply being here, however we feel. This caring curiosity for the sensations of the body. Noticing sensations around the belly, the heart, and the head. As we breathe in and out, with a simple sense of care for however we feel. May we bring the same quality of caring awareness to our moment-to-moment experience for the rest of the day. All right. So with this practice, we started by sensing into the ground and the seat below us, the sense of grounding, sensing into the earth, sensing into our bodies. Took a few deep breaths. We did this sort of open awareness practice of noticing whatever we felt anywhere in the body. Sensing into the belly, around the heart and the head. Inviting a simple sense of care, non-judgment, and carrying curiosity for what we can feel. So not trying to feel a certain way, but rather just kind of opening to what's here in this moment. And my camera kept turning off, which I noticed. And so, the part of the practice is being open to whatever arrives, whatever happens, and noticing any reactivity, any judgment, staying open to how this moment is unfolding, whether it was planned or surprising, and continuing to stay present with how this experience is. And as we open to what happens, usually a sense of perspective or relaxation comes. Though sometimes when we really sense into an energy or emotion, that emotion might feel magnified, or we may sense into deeper energies wanting to be expressed and felt. And that's okay too. And sometimes there's underlying fear, sadness, anger, or deeper layers of gratitude and joy. And so we're allowing for whatever's within us to be felt, to be witnessed, to be expressed, as we stay present for this unfolding experience, whatever it is. So there's the sense of openness, sense of wonder, and a sense of interest or curiosity for how it's evolving, how it's unfolding. This beginner's mind of really not knowing what's going to happen next because we don't know. And usually, if we feel like we do know what's going to happen next, then we disengage, we turn off. Maybe we have an agenda that we hold on to. And that's usually where we get in trouble with life. So it's very humbling because no one knows. And that's part of this practice is discovering what's here, uncovering what's here, and welcoming everything with a sense of presence and allowance. And it takes practice to allow the energies of the body to be felt in deeper and deeper layers. Layers of sensations in the ears, the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. And perhaps even more importantly, the layers of energy in the heart. Some of us have scar tissue or trauma, which is fully understandable. So can we tend to the heart with this soft, caring awareness, this gentle awareness of however the heart feels. Remembering that compassion is not complete if we don't include ourselves. And so in some ways we're tenderizing the heart with this gentle awareness. Remembering it's okay to feel what we feel. It's understandable. And the more we are aware of how we feel, and the more that we accept how we feel, the more spaciousness and agency and choice we have over how we respond and how we relate to each unfolding moment. So we're not caught in the reactivity or the suppression of these energies within. So I'd love to hear what's coming up for you. We have people from all over the world, from Cuba, Texas, California, New York. Some familiar names and some new names here. I'd love to hear what's coming up for you, how this meditation went, If there's anything that you're resonating with, any questions or concerns you may have around this practice. Samuel on YouTube says, "Thank you, Sean. I've been practicing mindfulness with your guided meditations for 2 years. It's helped me a lot to the extent that I share every Monday a mindfulness session with your students." Yay! That's wonderful. So thank you for sharing that. I'm so glad that you're helping others be mindful now too. You said you're curious about becoming an instructor. Wonderful. Just going to post a link to our mindfulness teacher certification program for anyone who's interested. Happy to welcome people to learn how to teach this. Beautiful. Jay said, when we're observing bodily sensations, do you recommend that we name what we're feeling or just observe? It's a really great question. I recommend both. Naming what you feel can be really helpful. It's called the noting practice. And we're actually going to be offering a workshop on April 3rd in our teacher certification program on a practice called social noting, where we note what we're experiencing out loud in a social context. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, I think, I think that it's really not about observing bodily sensations as much as it is sensing them. But yeah, noting tension, tightness, heaviness, lightness, expansion, warmth, coolness, tingling, moisture, dryness, stillness, movement, pain, pleasantness, unpleasantness. Yeah, I think noting your sensations is a really great practice, as is simply sensing them and noticing what new sensations arise. Thank you, Jay. That's a really great question. Leah on YouTube said, "A great sense of peace, a reset of my energy." Beautiful. Julie on LinkedIn says, "Hi." Hi, Julie. Antoinette on LinkedIn says, "Refreshed and energized. Made this a walking meditation." Beautiful. In the snow or the rain? Great. Yeah, we can practice walking meditation, simply sensing into the bottoms of our feet or our body as we walk. Can be a wonderful practice and can be just as helpful or effective as sitting meditation. Beautiful. Vicky on LinkedIn says, "Thank you. One of my favorite meditations is ground and fill, as I often need to refill my energy." Beautiful. Yeah, grounding your energy into the body, and then sounds like you're filling yourself with maybe this loving awareness or lightness. Rohith on LinkedIn says, "How to deal with a heartbreak." Yeah, I'm sorry. It sounds like you may be dealing with a heartbreak. Yeah, there's a few different ways to deal with that. One suggestion might be to simply let yourself grieve, to allow for that pain and grief to be felt without judging it to be right or wrong, good or bad. Simply feeling it, sensing into it, allowing yourself to express the grief. Not holding on to it, not pushing it away, but simply letting yourself feel it. And over time, seeing if you can increase a sense of self-care, caring for yourself, honoring the love that you had for someone. Sometimes it's helpful to work with forgiveness. So, forgiving the other person, asking for forgiveness for any transgressions that you may have made, whether you know them or not, and also forgiving yourself for anything that you feel like might need forgiveness for. For me, I think when I've dealt with heartbreaks, going on long walks in nature has been really helpful. And remembering that you are worthy of love. You're worthy of other people's love, worthy of your own love for yourself, and remembering that you're going to be okay. And that, that love is always with you. Another thing that can be helpful is just recalling what it is that you loved about that person, and remembering that those qualities are also within you. Those qualities of mind and heart and spirit are within you that you can cultivate. And they're within many of us. So hopefully that's helpful, Rohith. And I'm sorry about your heartbreak. Yeah. Jay said, "Thank you, Sean. I'm departing the session. Have a good day, everyone." Thank you, JF. So I do recommend, practicing this meditation throughout the day, grounding into the body, taking some deep breaths, opening to whatever we feel without judging it to be good or bad, allowing ourselves to be curious about the unfolding sensations that we can feel in the body, inviting a simple sense of care and gentleness as we breathe and as we experience this experience. Remembering that we're not alone, that many people are feeling similar feelings, and that we're all practicing at different times of day together. So any other questions, comments, reflections? I'm here to support you with your mindfulness meditation practice. I'm an open book, happy to share anything regarding myself or mindfulness exercises or meditation. I started practicing mindfulness in 2006. Learned from a Buddhist monk in Thailand. And then I moved to China and studied under a Taoist hermit for a couple of years. Then I became a monk for a couple of years, living in the forest and practicing all day. Then I worked at Spirit Rock Meditation Center for 5 years, supporting a lot of mindfulness teachers integrating mindfulness into daily life, and worked in healthcare for a couple of years, supporting patients with chronic pain and trauma, depression, teaching them meditation, teaching doctors how to prescribe mindfulness to their patients. And now I'm largely teaching people how to teach mindfulness in business, healthcare, education, coaching. So to help people share these practices with others. Is it Ali? So you're in Toronto. Welcome. Never been to Toronto, but I can't wait to go sometime. Coach Christine on YouTube said, "Hi, Sean. I'm giving a talk about mindfulness and leadership next month. What are your thoughts about the intersection between the two?" Great. Well, one thing I recommend is this book called Real Happiness at Work from Sharon Salzberg. She's a wonderful teacher, as you may know, who talks about how mindfulness can be applied to the workplace and to leadership. We talk about that in our certification program, for whatever that's worth. But I think a lot of leadership is around knowing your mission, your goal for the team, the company, and for yourself. So, what is the vision? What are the goals, and why is that meaningful? How is that meaningful to you and to the team? And the more that we can sense into the essence of what it really means, what does that vision really mean to the team, I think is incredibly important to convey. Not from this place of, how can you help me get there? Or how can we get the CEO there? But how does it relate to all of us? One of the principles of true, wise leadership is to be able to convey that meaning of the vision so that it relates to everybody and to the value that you're providing the world. And doing this together, not because I said so or not because I want you to, but rather we're all doing this together and we each have a different role that's really important. I'm not more important than you. We're all important if we're going to succeed in meeting this vision. So mindfulness is helpful for getting a sense for that meaning, getting a sense for those layers of relevancy. How does it connect with the heart? How am I conveying this? Am I conveying this wisely from this place of humility and attention to growth? Mindfulness also relates to this in the sense that we're continuing to listen to our team, continuing to listen to how it goes. So mindfulness is this sustained, gentle awareness of what's arising. And so can we keep our ears open, our eyes open, our heart open to stay present with how it's unfolding and pivoting where we need to? Um, yeah, so those are a few initial thoughts about that intersection between mindfulness and leadership. I hope that's helpful, and I'd be happy to help you more in our certification program with our personalized calls if that's helpful. Thank you, Christine. I hope it goes well, and let me know how your talk goes next month. That's exciting. Love to learn more about your work as a coach. And you said, amazing. I know Sharon's work, but I haven't got to her section yet. Glad to be here, by the way. I'm going through the teacher certification. Oh, wonderful. Great. Well, welcome, Christine. I'm glad to hear that. And let me know how the talk goes. Fernanda says, noticing seems to be the first step. What is hard is to continue to notice what is sometimes uncomfortable as opposed to wishing it was gone. Other than contributing to practice, do you have any thoughts on this? Yeah. So when something's uncomfortable, it's not easy to stay with it, as you know. Sometimes the last thing we want to do is to be with what's uncomfortable. And that's often what leads us to um, dis- distraction and suppression. Turning on the Netflix, uh, drinking that extra glass of alcohol, eating a little too much food, checking our phone incessantly. Anything that can take us away from what's uncomfortable. And so one thing that's helpful is to practice being with discomfort and bringing curiosity to how it actually feels in the body. And one thing we can do is to um, invite a sense of very mild discomfort. So can we open to this experience of mild hunger, mild physical discomfort. We can think of a memory of something that's happened that makes us feel a little uncomfortable. And I think we all have plenty of those moments that we can recall. And then we bring this curiosity to how it actually feels in the body. What does this discomfort feel like? What judgments do I have of it? What reactions are coming up? And can I explore this without deeming it right or wrong, good or bad? But can I bring this gentle awareness to how it actually feels and opening to it, kind of welcoming it and noticing how it changes over time? So we can practice mindfulness of discomfort and keep increasing the intensity of the discomfort in baby steps, practicing with it, softening judgments, staying with it for longer periods of time with more and more gentleness, until the point where we can be with pretty much anything and stay present with it. But it takes baby steps, it takes practice. So that's one way that we can practice with it. Was that helpful, Fernanda? Happy to go into it more depending on what's coming up for you. Hopefully that answered your question. I'm curious if there's anyone here from Instagram. Not sure if our live stream is working on Instagram today or not. So hopefully it is. Oh, great, Fernanda. Thanks for saying yes. I'm glad that was helpful. Yeah. So any other questions at all regarding mindfulness, being mindful at work, bringing mindfulness to parts of your daily life? increasing your meditation practice, teaching mindfulness and meditation to others as a coach, therapist, consultant, anything at all. Is it Anya? Anya from Houston says hello on YouTube. Welcome. Hi, Anya. My parents used to live in Houston. For a couple of years. If you'd like to talk about your meditation practice or share us what mindfulness means to you, what your mindfulness practice is like these days. Alexis on LinkedIn said, "What questions can I ask middle schoolers for mindfulness activities?" That's a great question. Middle school is kind of a unique time of our lives. So you can ask them to notice, say, 10 different colors around you. To start kind of opening to what's around them. How many sounds can you hear within a 2-minute period? And you can ask them to write it down. What kinds of sensations can you feel in the body, in different parts of the body that feel safe and appropriate? So you can print out a list of physical descriptors or physical characteristics. You can find lists on Google and print them out and ask them to notice what kinds of sensations can you feel. You can print out a list of emotions or print out a wheel of emotions, kind of like a graph of many different kinds of emotions, and ask them, how many of these emotions have you felt in the last week? And for extra credit, what did those emotions feel like in the body? You can ask them to notice how different things feel in their hands. So bringing this curiosity to how, leaves and pine cones feel, grass and pens versus pencils. Can you feel into your seat right now? Can you feel the bottoms of your feet on the ground? What does that feel like? Can you feel the clothing on your skin? Can you notice the sounds of different voices of your friends? Notice the volume, the pitch, the timbre, the cadence. The sounds of different instruments in a song. Sometimes we only listen to the lyrics or the solos of the guitar or saxophone or something, but can we tune into the drum beat of a song and notice all the elements of a drum or a snare? Can we hear the bass? Can we hear all the elements of a song or music? So those are different kinds of practices that we can play with. So hopefully some of those are helpful. Alexis, let me know what you think. And there's a wonderful book filled with practices for kids and middle schoolers called Planting Seeds. You can find it on Amazon, but it's called Planting Seeds, like mindfulness activities for kids. Cool. Thank you, Alexis. Coach Christine on YouTube says, today I've just finished teaching a week of mindfulness infused yoga to a group of executives. And I can say that since incorporating more mindfulness and meditation to my yoga teaching, the effects on my students have been more profound. Beautiful. That's great, Christine. Yeah, and actually we have a workshop coming up in a couple weeks on how to teach mindfulness-infused yoga in our certification program. So hopefully that speaks to you, but I'm really glad to see that you're teaching that to executives. It can be much needed for executives. Beautiful. The teachings of Jack Kornfield and Tara Brach have been very instrumental. I'm excited to be a full-pledged mindfulness teacher soon through the help of your program. Yay! Thank you, Coach Christine. I'm very glad to hear that. Yeah, and teachings of Jack Kornfield and Tara Brach have been very instrumental in my life as well. I consider Jack Kornfield one of my principal teachers, supported him directly for 5 years at Spirit Rock, and had the pleasure of meeting Tara Brach and supporting her and learning from her. They're amazing teachers, and highly recommend both of them to anyone who wants to listen to their guided meditations or receive their teachings. Yeah. Yeah, two of the luminaries in our world of mindfulness and meditation. Yeah, and I'm curious who some of your teachers are. For anyone, who are some of your favorite mindfulness teachers or meditation teachers? Where do you get your inspiration? What is your meditation practice like these days? Christine, you said, is it 𝐁𝐞𝐜𝐿𝐴𝐤𝐿 Yeah. One of my favorite teachers is Anam Thupten as well. What are the mindfulness websites I can use for a middle schooler? I'm not sure of a website like for middle schoolers particularly, but I highly recommend starting with this this website called Mindful Schools. They have some resources and trainings to help you for middle schoolers. And they probably have a list of resources that you're looking for to help you. So hopefully that's helpful. Yeah, but it's mindfulschools.org. Great. Yeah. Samuel on YouTube says, Brother River in Seattle. Great. Beautiful. Looks like he might be, is that Vietnamese maybe? I don't recognize the language, but looks like it might be Vietnamese. Great. Any other questions about mindfulness or teaching mindfulness? How to bring mindfulness to parts of your life if you're experiencing some challenges or certain goals? How to integrate mindfulness into coaching or helping others? Anything at all. Anything that you'd like to bring up regarding your own practice or my practice or anything at all? We have a few more moments together. So I'll be here again on Tuesday, every Friday and every Tuesday at this time. So you can mark it in your calendar. I'm going to put a list of our events in the chat section here that you can use to add things to your calendar. But I'll be here every Friday and every Tuesday. And then my colleagues will be here every Sunday and every Monday. So if you'd like to practice with us any of those days, you're welcome to. It's all for free, and we're just here to support you and to practice together. I just posted the calendar in our little comment section so that if you want to stop by, be happy to practice together. Looks like the calendar isn't posting on LinkedIn right now for some reason, so I'll add it there manually. Okay, I just posted it on LinkedIn as well. Catherine Rodriguez is here. Hi, Catherine. Nice to see you. We trained together on the Search Inside Yourself training program. Beautiful. Nice to see you. John on LinkedIn is responding to a work emergency. Sonia is in India, but you're going to Paris soon. John is in Boston. Great. A lot of people from around the world. Beautiful. Thank you, Lori. I hope you have a great weekend too. Beautiful. Well, thank you everyone for coming. I look forward to doing more of these together to practice different kinds of meditation, to support you with your day and in your practice, and to be here as a resource for you whenever you need, here to support your mindfulness and meditation practice. So hopefully this is helpful. Nice to meet many of you and good to reconnect with a lot of you. And I hope to see you again soon, whether it's on a Friday or a Tuesday, or if I'm subbing for one of my colleagues on a Sunday or Monday. All right. Be well, everyone. Thanks for practicing with me today. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and take good care. Thank you.